Okay, y'all, welcome back to Leaf TV. And as y'all can see by the title, I got some exciting news. So, this is gonna be kind of like a tutorial. Well, me just doing my makeup and basically updating y'all on like what's been going on with me and about posting, just information. Oh my god, that I felt like y'all needed to know. So, with that being said, I am so ecstatic and happy to announce that your girl will be attending beauty school at the University of Salon Professionals Academy. And my major I'm taking up is aesthetics. So if you don't know what aesthetics mean, aesthetics is really all about skincare, makeup, and like facials and stuff like that. So I know like a lot of that is trending right now. Reason why I didn't major in cosmetology is because I don't really necessarily want to do hair and nails and that kind of stuff. So I went and got into aesthetics because I want to be an esthetician. So this will be a 1-year program for me. I'll complete it in not even 1 year. I'll graduate next year is what I mean when I say 1 year. So it's a 7 to 8 month program for me because I'm doing part-time. If I would have did full-time, it would have been 4 months. But me being a full-time student right now and financially supporting myself, that's not going to work out. So your girl has to do part-time and work. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And I know it's going to be stressful and a hard journey, but when I graduate and I get licensed, it'll be worth it. So with that being said, also, prior to my last video I made, I was recording the things that I bought for my room, and a couple more things came in that I ordered. Not everything that I want for my room is here, but you did have to change the house we were living in. So with that being said, it's been a change of plans with like how I'm about to decorate everything, and it's just been crazy. So let's jump into this video, and I hope y'all like this short tutorial. Okay, so right about here, I just start just talking too much entirely. I'm doing a natural beat today. Not really nothing too crazy. A couple crazy liners. And yes, we are starting on the brows, y'all. I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is called the Clear Brow Gel. So this should help set some pretty nicely for me. They hold my brows. Personally, I don't know how I feel about putting glue on them. I know a lot of people put glue on them. I was saying that right here in the video, but I'm just, choosing not to put glue on my brows because they are thick. Okay, with 3 C's, thick. And I'm going to be going in with my dip brow from Anastasia in the shade Ebony. But typically when I do my brows, I usually use my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade number 5. But because we are quarantined and your girl has not been to not one store, I ran out. So I've just been substituting that for just my dip brow. I'm just going to go in and create a fine line at first. Like I said, I have thick brows, so I really have to follow them. It's pretty easy once you have your brow set to pretty much follow what line you want to follow. And I'm just going in and I'm brushing. I'm creating those little lines at the end. I start, drawing the end of my brow bone. I like to do the tail first because I feel like, to me, for my brows, those are the hardest parts because I have 2 different shapes. One of my brows, I think, on my left side is really high arched and the other one is kind of normal, and they make them look like cousins and not sisters. Y'all, no joke. Always had problems with my brows. I don't know what it is. It's just like crazy to me because I can never figure out what is the problem. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But it's just the natural shape of my brows. They can't look the same. But we are going in on the other side of my right brow. As y'all can see, like I said, once y'all start looking at my brows, anybody's brows, they are never the same arch. And mine's, for some reason, with that left brow. The arch is high and I can never get the tailbone right. So I always end up going a little more down than usual. But once you start brushing that in with that dip brow, that pomade, it pretty much starts to look okay. I'm going to say okay for right now. Like, concealer does the whole magic show for me. And I kind of bring it out a little bit in the front, so that way I can kind of follow that arch. And once I start going in, I kind of bring it down. I don't try to make my tails as long as possible, but tails are easier to cut than the front of your brows. So I will always say just make those a little longer, and then you're going to just kind of cut them with concealer. Y'all will see once I get to the concealing part. But I'm pretty much just taking the tip and I'm turning it to the side. This is my Anastasia number 12 brush. Taking it to the side, and I'm kind of like packing that pomade in so I can just fill in them spaces I couldn't get with the angle part. And I'm just, you know, going back and forth with it in both of them things. And now we out to the concealer part, y'all. I'm using Too Faced in the shade Chai, and I'm using my number 15, I believe, number 15 Anastasia brush to do my concealing. I usually use the other brush, the more angle brush, but today I was feeling a little spontaneous, so I used this one. Any flat tip brush is really good for your eyebrows. I love this shade of concealer, honey. Any concealer in Too Faced is just bomb, y'all. Y'all can't tell me no different, because I'm telling y'all, I'm born this way. Whew, child, I wish I was born this way with that color concealer, okay? Because it's bomb. Like, Chai is my winter color, but since, you know, people ain't really been outside like that, it's now just like my everyday concealer. In the summertime, I am, because I used to use their foundation as well. In their foundation, I was spiced rum, and now I am using Anastasia. So I don't know what my winter color in Too Faced is, but my mahogany concealer for the summer works pretty well. See how that just happened? You know, once you get the, you know, you get a steady hand and you start, just follow the very, 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 very tip of the line over your brow. You need to follow that arch very closely all the way down. Just be consistent. Trust me, this is probably like the longest part of doing your brows is concealing, because sometimes you conceal off a little too much and sometimes it's not enough. And like, look at this. Look at this. What in the arbor is that? I don't know why. I just hate how thick that tail is. I don't like really thick tails. I don't like them really thin. But that one was irritating me, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know what I'm about to do. Cause it just look like it's curving in my face, like it's a letter J if you turn, you know, to the right side. But I start to blend that in. I'm trying to match both of them. I never really make my eyebrows meet in the middle, but since I've seen this this video tutorial on how to make them more precise, that's what I've been doing lately, and it's been working pretty well for me. I'm going to go back in with ebony, because usually after I conceal my brows, it's something that I mess up always. But that's what concealer is for. It's like your corrector. It's like an eraser for your skin. And you just pretty much go back in. I went back in the front. Don't know why I did that, because it kind of made my brow look darker. But I'm trying to fix that tail. As y'all can see, you know, hello boobies. Because the girl is out. That's the brush I usually use, y'all. I usually use that brush. It's angled. I don't know why I thought that I was doing something by using that other brush. Don't get me wrong, that brush is bomb, but it's bomb for laying concealer down on your lid. I just find angle brushes a little more better for doing like real precise brows. Especially when you're doing a natural beat, you want your brows to be, you know, bomb, perfect, on point. And like I said, now we're going to go back in. You're probably going to see me go back in with this ebony like 12 more times, because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my brows. Because I feel like if your brows aren't right, your whole look is off. So you're just going to spoolie that out with the end of that brush. And yeah, I don't know what song I was cranking right here, but, you know, I was listening to it real hard, trying to hide it on camera, but. And yeah, I went back in with that other brush. I think that's number 14 or 15. I don't know what song I was cranking, but yeah, we're going to spoolie those out. And yeah. Now we are on to the concealing the lids, honey. Now this is probably also one of my favorite parts, because like I said, with Too Faced Born This Way concealer, a little goes a long way. You don't really need too much of it. it pretty much, you know, talks for itself. Because, honey, I love this color. And I know for sure I'm about to run out soon. So if the world could just please open back up the makeup stores so I can just go. You know, I really hate ordering stuff online. But, yeah, see how flawless it just went over my lid, and how good that brush is just really bomb for laying that. I'm going in and I'm patting it down. It's really good. A little tip. I got eyelash glue stuck on my lash. Child, the triflintness. That's not a word, but yeah. I'm just blending it in with my beauty blender, which I always use for that. So don't think that I'm just using dirty stuff, y'all. This stuff is stained. Trust me, believe me. I practice makeup like 12 times in a week. So yes, we're going in and we're going to put that Anastasia. Oh, I'm sorry. We're using Airspun. Excuse me. Okay, naturally neutral. And yeah, we pretty much going to pat that on there. Y'all, when I open up this joint, mind you, this is my first time using it. Open up that joint and I smelled it a little bit. I said, ooh, Jesus, this smells good. It smells like, I don't know what, like baby powder from heaven. It just smells so good. I've never really used translucent powder. Yeah, you see me smelling it. I'm like, it smells so good. I'm putting that translucent powder on there and I'm trying to blend it to the best of my abilities. I'm blending that. The light is horrible, y'all. Oh my god. But we are blending, okay? Because whenever y'all do a neutral or like a natural eye, y'all want to put any type of setting powder on there because y'all want to make sure that it doesn't crack or crease. Your concealer can usually do that, so translucent or setting powder helps. I'm taking my It Cosmetics brush, don't know what number that is, and I'm just using the concealer in, and I am blending that in a little more because that translucent powder, y'all, this is my first time using it. It's like a little strong for me. I don't like translucent powder personally. Just for me, like for my skin, I don't like translucent powder. I usually use powders with colors. So I'm gonna take that Fit Me by Maybelline, and I'm just gonna put that on my lid so that way it can be the same color. You want it to look like, you know, you didn't put nothing on your lid, but your lid is just so flawless. So I'm just taking a little bit of that, and I think it's in the shade 360. I think that is their darkest shade because my friend Jaleesa has that same one and she uses it. I'm like, girl, we is not the same color. We are not the same color. I just had to put a little something on my lips. That was chapped, honey. And it's bomb. It's called Clarins Lip Comfort Oil. Okay? It's like a lip stain, but it just makes your lips feel so soft. It's like after you use a lip scrub and you want to use that, you can. Ooh. I had a little bit of that powder. And, you know, my wig and that was not mixing together. I'm going to take a little bit of this e.l.f. liner. Y'all, this is a balm liner, but it is also liquid, so it is one of those things that if you are not, like, you know, steady-handed and you're not savvy with liner, I wouldn't recommend using this if you're a beginner. I'm not an expert, you know, I'm in the middle. I don't know what you call that, but I'm in the middle of using liner, so, like, sometimes it's flawless, sometimes it's not. I just got this liner while we were, you know, in quarantine and stuff like that, because I usually use the Tarte Duo liner, because that really works easy for me. But I am really excited because I'm about to get that bakery one. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, because I heard it's really easy to use, and my girl Beats by Dev uses that, so I'm gonna try that. I'm just pretty much going over my face with that, and it's really easy to clean up with your concealer, to make sure that both your lines are really cut so you can cut a throat with that liner, okay? And we just pretty much going over it with that. So boom, your girl had an idea. I'm like, I just got this NYX liner and it's white, let's use it. I'm using a black one first so that way I can go over the NYX one, because this one's a little darker. NYX is really dark. e.l.f. was dark, but to have another one to go over top of it is good too. I just didn't want to have to put black shadow on it because eventually, like, I had the idea to put a white liner over top of it, and yeah, yep, it's a white liner, And we're just gonna try to do this little panda look. I don't know, it just popped in my head. I was trying to be spontaneous again. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly, but I was just trying to, be creative. And it's like, ooh, let's put this white line over top of it. And that's why I messed up at, y'all. I looked up, when you're doing a liner like that and it's liquid, you need to stay as still as possible. And I try to open your eyes much because liner moves. And so as y'all can see, I messed up. I went a little too low. I got so mad at myself. And plus, that's the fact. Why would you? Your brush, your concealer, you kind of go over top of your life, because usually I would just take it off. I would get frustrated and I'd take it off. But I'm like, you know what, Leisha, we're doing a tutorial, so you need to get it together. And yeah, I'm just kind of brushing my brows and stuff. I'm always fixing my makeup while doing my makeup, even if I'm done. I'm going to take that black liner and try to clean that up too. So yeah, that's what we doing. But yes, y'all. And I'm pretty much just going to do the same thing on the other side. I had to go back a couple of times with this white liner over and over and over and over and over again, because I don't know what it was. I don't know why I didn't have the thought. I have a Too Faced artist sketch liner that I could have just went over top of it with to kind of even it out. But this is kind of hard to do because, like I said, these liners, if you're not an expert, they get kind of messy. And I'm just pretty much doing the same thing on the other side. I'm just trying to be more careful. And so, boom, we're going in with my favorite primer in the world, that Bobbi Brown. that stuff smells so amazing. Like, literally smells like lemon pudding or something. Like, somebody mama put their foot in that, for real. It smells so good. Pretty much just priming my whole face. Even though I am being goofy and I am, singing and laughing, usually when you put your primer on, you're going to put it in an upward motion. I'm going in with my Anastasia foundation, the color 500C. I'm seeing a lot of girls use this color, and I love this color, y'all. Y'all can't tell me this is not my skin in the bottle. So, pretty much, we just going in with a beauty blender. I'm going to pat it in. Y'all can't tell me that's not my skin color in the bottle. Look at that. Look at that. Foundation wear. Foundation wear. Skin color, okay? Period. Do you hear me? Alright, we's patting that in. All forehead motion. And we're going to I tried to get underneath my eyes whenever I do liner as best as possible, because it kind of helps clean up that concealer a little bit. Especially when using a beauty blender. Make sure you get that under chin and that neck area, so that when you take your pictures, you don't look crazy, I learned that the hard way, that when you don't get your neck, just makes you look crazy. So yeah, I'm just pretty much trying to cover up that little patchy spot, I guess, where my glue dried at and the translucent powder got on, so it made it white. So I'm going to go in with my chai concealer and just going to put it right there. Yeah, pretty much I'm going to take it, I'm going to do my nose, going to put a little bit on my upper lip, and I'm going to do my under cheekbones a little bit. I like to make those connect now. Learn that trick from Jaleesa, because I never used to do that. I used to just do it separately, but it kind of makes more sense when you just kind of bring it all together. And yes, I'm going to be taking my Milani in the shade 108. That concealer. This is my first time using that concealer too. I wanted to buy a darker one to kind of fill in those lines where, like, I don't really have a dark concealer. And the brush was getting kind of sticky. I don't know what was going on, but I'm going to use it on the sides of my nose. I don't usually contour, so this was kind of new for me. This Milani one was still kind of light. It wasn't darker, which I found that out the hard way. I don't know. Maybe because I got it from Walmart or something. And yeah. Ooh. Bam. TikTok transition. Pow. Okay. And now we're going to go in with that Airspun powder. It's my first time, like I said, first time using it. I'm just going to take the little powder puff, put a little bit under there. Now let me tell you something. Airspun is bomb. It's bomb. It smells good. It goes on real thick. How I like it, it's not too loose. I like loose setting powder, but not too loose. Like, you see how it goes on and it doesn't look like much? A little bit goes, a long way with that Airspun powder. And I think, again, the color is naturally nude. Just putting it in those places that I would usually use my Anastasia Deep Peachette. And I'm just taking it and I'm putting it underneath my eye area, on the bridge of my nose, a little bit above my lip, under my chin. All those places that I put concealer at, I'm going to put that translucent powder. And yes, I was shaking it up, y'all, because it was nothing coming out. You know, I'm used to my powder looking like it's something on there. Because this is white, I was like, alright, I gotta go in with a different beauty blender. And I used that little puff that they gave me. And yeah, I just had to go in. Because I was like, look, we gonna use it. We gonna use it, okay? We're not gonna halfway use it or whatever. And so, yeah. Bam. I'm closing it up. And pretty much, I'm like, I look like I'm playing in powder now, y'all. It's sad. It's looking sad. Yeah, I'm pretty much about to blend this in or whatever and bake for y'all real quick. Yeah. So I am back. I am blending in that Airspun translucent powder in the shade Nude, I believe. I'm not particularly sure, but I guess I'm blending in that translucent powder, y'all. Like I said, this is my first time using it, so I was just a little bit nervous putting this on. I didn't like it at first. I felt like it made me look like Michael Jackson. No offense, no shade, but I just didn't like it at first. I really had to blend the crap out of that Airspun, okay? Like, blend it in, go hardcore, and brush. Yeah, I felt like I looked like Michael Jackson at first. Like I said, but we are going to try to save that. I am going to go in with my Hoola Benefits bronzer in the shade Toasted. I think that's their darkest shade, but I love this bronzer. At first, I used to use Anastasia in Mahogany, but I'm using Toasted now to bring a little bit warmth back to my face. And yes, we are blending and contouring, and I'm gonna bring it down a little bit because, like I said, I felt like the translucent powder was too light for me. And yeah, just pretty much I'm just blending it in, and I am bringing that bronzer down on my face. I never typically you know, do this. It's just, you know, I was just feeling like that translucent powder was not it at all. So yeah, and snatch the nose so the nostrils can be snatched, period. Okay. And like I said, I'm putting that bronzer on my upper lip area. Like, everywhere I put the translucent powder, I just felt like, honestly, it was just a little too white for me. And never really put on my head. Yes, I pulled back out my Anastasia loose deep setting powder because Deep Peach does me whites. And I only put a little bit because, like I said, I already had put on translucent powder from Airspun, and I just didn't want to look cakey. So I'm only going to put a little bit on my under eye area. I just love how Deep Peach, you know, just complements my Chai concealer from Too Faced. I don't know what in the world I was doing. I was just singing and stuff. But I'm going back in with my bronzer, and, you know, I'm blending it out. So y'all have made it to the end of the video. This is the final product, okay? Okay, lights, no lights. This is what it looks like. I'm really glad that you guys watched it all the way to the end. Let me know if you guys like voiceover tutorials, because this is my first time doing one. So don't mind me, I'm not a perfectionist. My setup isn't correct. So like I said, trust the process, y'all, because it's only gonna get better. I spilled a little bit of foam with my shirt, so. But I really hope y'all liked it, and I'm gonna be doing more crazy liners. I just ordered from this place on Instagram. I don't know their name off the top, but I'm just gonna drop it in the video. And I just bought like the whole rainbow color, neon colors, and it's gonna get better, y'all. And I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, okay, for me. And thank y'all for tuning in, Lee TV. I love y'all. Bye.